And to catalyze grief, we have to be in our bodies. So I made sacred appointments to myself that I was going to attend 2 yoga classes a week. In those first few years, after my son died, I would set up at the back of the room, and as soon as my body was aware that, okay, we're in the body, we're not just in the head, we're in the body, the tears would come.
Hmm.
And I would practice in the back of the class, weeping the entire time. And as soon as was over, I would grab my stuff and run out the door and just carry on my grief practice in the car. So find yourself, if you don't have find yourself a physical practice that when you do it, you can let yourself feel the feelings. There is sadness and grief that those of us who are in spaces of racial equity and social justice, there's sadness and grief we're feeling, and there's also sacred rage. I'm going to share some tips for that because these waves of emotion cannot just be processed by talking about them. They must be moved through the body. And so um, my knees don't let me run anymore, but for some people to run while listening to their Sacred Rage playlist is an option where they're just really running out the rage. Um, for me, I have to take uh, a walk in the woods and find a big stick and just beat the ground with the stick and thank the land for holding sacred space for my rage. Or take a plastic bat and beat a pillow. Or put on my Sacred Rage playlist and dance, stomping, angry, sharp movements to process this through my body.
When you were talking about it has to process through your body, I go back to work I did personally for sexual abuse trauma as a child.